Yo, people. Okay. I'm laughing at this because it's so big. Yeah, obviously I talked about in my previous videos of the people that are reused. These people are actors and they're reused, i.e. Alex Jones is Bill Hicks, Morgan Freeman, Jimi Hendrix, Hitler is Walt Disney. Now, I totally accept that this is massive to take on board. And it took me, as I said in my last video, it took me many years to accept that Bill Hicks was Alex Jones after researching it, because I just couldn't get my head around that. So it takes a long time. So if you're watching this and you're going, this is bollocks, this is crazy, I totally get it, and just let it absorb. You can't take all this stuff in. It's so big, you can't take it in like overnight. It takes a long time to absorb this. But this is the veil lifting, and the more you get used to it, the quicker it is and easier it is to accept and see how it works. And the veil literally starts going. You just start to see it all as a big show, a big act, which is what I do now. But I'm still, even when I'm still useless, I still get my mind blown away. I still go, oh my God, that can't be true. I still have to absorb and go away from this because it's just crazy, because it is the Matrix, and this is what they've done. They've pulled the wool over our eyes, literally pulled the wool over our eyes. And the veil is lifted so we can see with our third eye. But getting into the video, what I want to do now while I'm laughing is because this sounds so big. The others are big. Walt Disney as Hitler, that's massive. That's massive. But this is big, I think, because of the musical relevance of it in modern time, and it's so big. So what I'm going to say now is, first of all, John Lennon is not dead. He's alive. Same way as Hendrix isn't dead, same way as Hitler isn't dead or wasn't dead. This is a John Lennon is not dead. Now, what I'm next gonna say is that really crazy to deal with is John Lennon was Steve Jobs. Yes, the Apple founder, Steve Jobs. John Lennon was Steve Jobs. Now, I believe that Steve Jobs has now become another character, but I'm not going to go into that in this video because it's just even too much more to deal with, and he's not a well-known person, so I'm not going to go into that. But I believe that John Lennon has gone on, Steve Jobs has gone on to this new character, but I'm not going to go on that new character. I'm just going to stick with John Lennon is alive. This is the point of this video. John Lennon is still alive, and John Lennon was Steve Jobs. So that's the point of this video. So when you look into this, like I went through last week, I just had all these, it's all that just came at me, like, and you know, I get these rushes of information and suddenly I understand all this stuff after maybe not looking into it or not understanding it for a while. But as soon as I looked here, I just knew straight away. I knew, even though I just knew, because Steve Jobs, if you look at it all, Steve Jobs, the timing of Steve Jobs coming in the 80s after Lennon died was perfect timing. Now they look really different, but they don't once you start looking at them. And the thing that straight away that I saw was, obviously Beatles had Apple record label. Steve Jobs invented Apple. So like straight away. Now, in the defense of that, Steve Jobs does say, but this is how it works. Steve Jobs says he based, and this is the thing, they tell you what's going on. So Steve Jobs based was an ex-hippie, Steve Jobs, the ex-hippie. I mean, this is his whole story. Steve Jobs was an ex-hippie that done LSD. You know what I mean? Like, they tell you what's going on. But Steve Jobs was a big ex-hippie, big Beatles fan. But he was quoted to say that he based his model on the Beatles. He based Apple and what he done on the Beatles. So he's telling you. But not only that, there's loads of things within the press where they've actually told you, like there's one cutting, John Lennon equals Steve Jobs equals John Lennon. So they're actually telling you, because they have to tell you what's going on. So they tell you, so we unconsciously get it. So it's but we don't consciously get it until we awaken to this stuff. So like, yeah, this isn't just like so yeah, Steve Jobs is doing it, but the connections with it, there was Yoko Ono doing stuff with the Flaming Lips and Steve Jobs, and quotes saying when John Lennon died, when Steve Jobs died, it was like Lennon dying. And they done this with the like David Bowie when he came back as this the A&R guy. He said like he felt a part of him had died, with his tongue in his cheek. So this is once you see how they do this, you see quickly, and that's how you can, the quicker you get used to this, the quicker you can believe this, because you start to see how they do it each time, and the things they use, and the same sort of things they do use to tell you what's going on. So yeah, like the Apple thing, I mean, you know, it's like it is still mind-blowing, and obviously you can see from the pictures that I'm putting up here that there's definite similarities to the way they look, but the main thing is with Lennon is his nose. Like, it's like, I don't think anyone else on the planet has got a nose like John Lennon. It's so distinctive, like sort of strong, like, but slightly curved, slightly hooked nose. And Steve Jobs and John Lennon's nose is exactly the same. And then when you put like their faces together, their jawline's the same. But of course, you know, a few beards, different hair. You know, even Steve Jobs wore the glasses. You know, there's so many similarities. But even with that, still, like, oh, but it can't be. You know, like they look different. These people are actors. This is what you have to understand. They're actors in roles. Very, very talented actors, I will say. Very talented actors. But these are actors. Like an actor does a different film and looks the part, and maybe he plays someone who's famous and they dress as that person and they look different to they do in another film as they're dressed as so-and-so. You know, like, these people are actors, and this is Hollywood, and they've got the makeup and they can do all these different things to change themselves and make themselves look different. But ultimately, a really good actor can just shave his hair, cut his hair, put on different clothes, speak with a different accent, and you don't believe it's them, you know. Talented actors. So yeah, like yeah, I mean, this is mind-blowing. Obviously, this is massive for cultural impact on music. The fact that A, John Lennon's not dead, and B, that he's so bad as Steve Jobs. So, but this is like the bit I want to talk about, the Steve Jobs bit here. And then the second part is that I've realised since researching this, is that I believe that what he's done as well, he's come back as sort of a John Lennon impersonator called Mark Staycer. This, and I'm going to put these clips up. That this guy is so John Lennon that you know, as soon as you see it, you trust your intuition, man. What do you think first of all? It's John Lennon, because he's so good and so just like John Lennon. Like, even though he's sort of pretending not to be John Lennon, it's so blatant. And people in the comments are going, that's John Lennon. You know, too many people suss it, you know, and use your intuition, your inner tuition, your inner tutor, your inner teacher. Listen to that and center yourself and listen. Does it feel like it's John Lennon? Do you know what I mean? Once the mind gets involved, you start doubting it. But what does your intuition say with this? Like, it's John Lennon.
Hey, hope we just prove that little theory. Here's one from the black and white movie that we made. From A Hard Day's Night. If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true and help me understand? 'Cause I've been in love before, I found that love was more than just holding hands. In England they're called crisps. So Patty Boyd then was single and George is on the mic, so she was the potato crisp girl for Smith's Crisps. Anyway, to get a bit of peace of mind, they stuffed us in this baggage compartment on a train riding around. Hey, you got to hide your love away. Help, I need somebody, help, not
So that's, I mean, it's blatantly John Lennon, isn't it? It's like, now that video that I'll put the link below is like from 2006, I think. So I'm not sure when he was doing these impersonations, but obviously it was around then or before then. But like, I mean, you can hear it's him, you can see it's him, and it's just blatant, like, you know, like, yeah, it's just blatant for me, like, that is John Lennon just playing Mark Staycer impersonator John Lennon. So, but there's another song he's done later on, and this one was in 2017, and I'll play that clip now. And if you listen to what he says in the lyrics, he sings a song called I Was There, and he's talking about John Lennon's death. He was there, so he was there when John Lennon's death. And he says, when the apple took a bite, I was there. So he's saying he's Steve Jobs as well. So this is what I mean, is like the veil is lifting. They're bringing this up now, and it seems they're showing us it all. But I'll play you this clip now anyway.
I was there. I was there. I was there. I was there. If I was you and you were me, my catcher in the rye. You're just a thief without a light. You can run, but I can't hide. I've heard the talk about that night when the apple took a bite. I was there. I was there. I was there. Are you there?
So like, yeah, I mean, when the apple took a bite, I was there. Reference to Steve Jobs. You know, I was there. And he says, you can run, but I can't hide. It's like he's blatantly telling you. And in the end of that clip that I show you, there's a clip of that video, which I'll put the link below. The world lost a hero, or did we? I mean, you know, like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. They're blatantly like it's, I think it's going to come out properly that he's alive, because I think it will just become too obvious. But I think this is what happened. The veil is lifting. Everyone's working it out, and the veil is lifting. But he also plays like another character, another John Lennon impersonator called Time Traveling John Lennon, or Len Johnston. Len Johnston. So like, and he appeared on the Conan show. So like, yeah, like I'll play you this clip.
It's a miracle he's with us. It's a wonder he's alive. It's time traveling John Lennon from 1965.
We noticed him just before the show. We were all freaking out backstage. It's great to have you back, John. That's insane. I love it.
So, yeah, I mean, you know, it's blatantly him for me. I can see that. He's got a puffed up face. He's wearing makeup. Conan's saying, it's good to have you back, John. You know, they're making a laugh. But, like, this is what's happening now. I believe that all of this stuff is coming through. The veil is lifting as humanity awakens, and everything will become more obvious. Yeah, like more and more, and this is going to come through. But yeah, take your time to absorb this. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I've enjoyed making it and enjoyed researching it. So yeah, take it easy. Peace.